All right, welcome to the 2 p.m. Touchpoint. Today we're talking about separation. You know that you cannot serve God unless you're separated, which is really interesting to think about when we've been separated from each other for a little over a month now. In the scriptures, that word refers to being set apart for a specific task or a purpose. So you're actually being set apart for a specific task or purpose. We see this in the Old Testament where the Lord said to Moses in Numbers 15, "You shall offer up a cake of the first of your ground meal as a heave offering." You see, God wanted the first fruits of the land to be set apart to honor God. We also see this in Leviticus, where God says, "You shall be holy to me, for I, the Lord, am holy, and have separated you from the peoples that you should be mine." So God took the nation of Israel and He separated them from all other nations for His glory. So in each of these passages in the Septuagint, which is the Greek Old Testament, the word refers to separation in the absolute fullest sense. Now, the Apostle Paul, he knew that once he was called to be an apostle, that he would be disconnected from his past. He would be separated from his past. So Paul, if you know anything about him, he was one of the most zealous, ambitious Pharisees that the world has probably ever known. He was set apart for or separated to the tradition of the Jewish people. He held firm to those beliefs. Now, he could claim, after God saved him, that now he was separated to the gospel of God. Are you separated from your former life? Have you left your former life, separated from it, and now being set apart for God's glory? There's a book called The Divine Lord and Savior, and a doctor who wrote it, he tells of a believer who was not really well educated, but who had a very deep assurance of his salvation. Now, everyone called this person Old Pete, and one day while talking with the doctor, he said this: "If God should take me to the very mouth of hell and say to me, 'In you go, Pete, here's where you belong,' I would say to Him," look back to God, "I would say to God, 'That's true, Lord, I do belong there. But if you make me go to hell, your dear Son, Jesus Christ, must go with me. He and I are now one, and we cannot be separated anymore.'" Being separated from your old life and being set apart to Christ for His glory. Please think about that today. This has been your 2 p.m. touch point, where we're just taking a brief break from our day, looking at the scriptures, being encouraged. See you tomorrow at 2.